नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब, खम्मा गणी और राम राम सा। सुनाओ अपनी कहानी, बनाओ अपनी पहचान की इस मुहिम में हमारी आज की मेहमान है प्रेरणा भसीन। जी हाँ दोस्तों, आज हम मुलाकात करेंगे इनसे और जानेंगे इनकी जिंदगी की कहानी सिर्फ और सिर्फ इनकी अपनी जुबानी। इससे पहले कि हम इनसे मुलाकात करें, आइए इनके इस खूबसूरत सफर से जुड़ी कुछ खास जानकारी आप सभी के साथ साझा कर लें। आपको बता दें, ये एक इंटरनेशनली सर्टिफाइड करियर काउंसलर एंड कोच है। सूरत में स्थित कंपनी द करियर लैडर की ये फाउंडर है। जी हाँ दोस्तों, ये इंडिया के साथ ही विदेशों में भी छात्रों को उनके कौशल और रुचि के आधार पर खुद के लिए एक सही करियर पथ चुनने में उन्हें उचित मार्गदर्शन प्रदान कर रही है। दोस्तों, काम करने का इनका एक अपना सक्रिय और गतिशील दृष्टिकोण है और जीवन के प्रति इनका यही सकारात्मक दृष्टिकोण दूसरों को उनके करियर पथ पर सही निर्णय लेने में उनकी मदद करता है। जी हाँ, सकारात्मकता से भरपूर इनका ये चरित्र ही इन्हें औरों से अलग और एक खास पहचान दिलाता है। दोस्तों, सफलता का ये मुकाम हासिल करने वाली प्रेरणा भसीन के जीवन की शुरुआत हुई दिल वालों के शहर दिल्ली से। जी हाँ, दिल्ली की एक पंजाबी फैमिली में जन्मी प्रेरणा का बचपन बहुत ही अच्छा बीता। इनके पिता एक बिजनेसमैन थे जिन्होंने जीवन के हर मोड़ पर इनका साथ दिया। दोस्तों, इन्होंने अच्छी स्कूली शिक्षा प्राप्त करने के बाद दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी से कॉमर्स में ग्रेजुएशन की। करियर के प्रारंभिक वर्षों में कुछ समय तक मुंबई की एक कंपनी में काम भी किया। शादी के बाद ये सूरत आ गई और सूरत शहर से ही अपने सफर की एक नई शुरुआत की। आपको बता दें, इन्हें हमेशा से ही लोगों से बात करना बेहद पसंद था। बात करते करते इनका लोगों से बड़ी ही आसानी से एक इमोशनल कनेक्ट हो जाता और यहीं से इनके मन में इस फील्ड में आगे बढ़ने का विचार आया और इन्होंने काउंसलिंग को अपना करियर ऑप्शन चुना। आपको बता दें, एक स्टूडेंट काउंसलर के रूप में इनके पास 5 से भी अधिक सालों का अनुभव है। इन्होंने आईटी कोर्सेज के लिए स्टूडेंट्स की काउंसलिंग भी की है और वर्तमान में ये इंटरनेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ फैशन एंड इंटीरियर डिजाइन में हेड काउंसलर के रूप में काम कर रही है। साथ ही सही करियर पथ चुनने और आगे बढ़ने में छात्रों का मार्गदर्शन प्रदान कर रही है। दोस्तों, आज ये इंटरनेशनली सर्टिफाइड करियर काउंसलर एंड कोच के रूप में अपनी पहचान कायम कर पाई है, लेकिन इसके पीछे छुपा है इनका कड़ा संघर्ष, मेहनत और लगन। जी हाँ, अपनी इसी मेहनत, लगन और काबिलियत के दम पर ये अब तक कई उपलब्धियां भी हासिल कर चुकी है। तो आइए सफलता हासिल करने की इनकी इसी जीवन यात्रा के बारे में और अधिक विस्तार से जानने के लिए अब सीधा मिलते हैं इनसे और सुनते हैं सफलता की ये पूरी कहानी सिर्फ और सिर्फ इनकी अपनी जुबानी।
Hi everyone, myself Prerna Bhasin. I'm an internationally certified career counselor and coach. I started my own company, a brand name with the name of the Career Ladder, and it's in Surat, and where we do the systematic assessment of each and every child from standard 8 till graduation level. And now I'm also guiding students for the master's program in India as well as abroad. So we believe that each child has special skills, and according to that, they should decide their career. So I'm in fashion from last 12 years, and I've always been in the education field and been with the students around. So that made me realize that the students are really confused of what they want to do in life, and due to peer pressure or not having a guidance, they do take wrong decisions in life and regret later. So for that reason, I'm into this field to give my heart and soul and help the students around me to decide a better career options for them. So I'm born and brought up in Delhi, and from a typical Punjabi family. My mother was a very strong lady, and my father is a businessman. Now he's retired. So they've always, supported us. We are three of our siblings, and they've always supported us in the way that never differentiated between a girl and a boy. In fact, if I think about myself, I had more privileges than my elder brother, so it was a very protective environment, but at the same time, a very independent environment. So I was allowed to do anything and everything. Just need to inform my parents, and my mother never said no for anything. Like, she wanted me to learn from my own mistakes. And always being around people, I was a very happy go lucky child, making a lot of friends wherever I go. Even while traveling, I used to make friends. So that was my basic nature, and I think that inclined me towards, taking counseling as a career, because I always like talking to people. I always relate to the emotions behind anybody's conversation. So that made me realize later on that I should take counseling as a career option. But as destined, I got married at a very early age. I was just 19. I was doing my graduation from Delhi University. And just they say, destiny plays a very major role in your life. I lost my mother, and then got married in Surat. And then things were like a little different, because the cultural changes were a little things which I need to work on. And with my husband's support, later I used to do something other. I was in mutual funds, and I used to exhibit garments. And later on, I started teaching students and doing summer camps. But everywhere I was just searching for a field where, I can relate more to the kids, more to the people around. And when my own son came to an age where I felt that he really needs counseling related to what he should do next in his career. Because if I look back to my career, I was a commerce student, but then I got scholarship from Wigan and Leigh College in UK. But due to destiny, I got married. But I never lost the hope to do something for myself, because I truly believe that every individual should be financially independent. That is very important. So once the family was little settled, my kids grew up, I finally decide I need to, now do something which gives me inner satisfaction. And always wanted to help others. So helping nature made me convert my skills and my interest into career counseling. So like I told you earlier that I was a commerce student and then got scholarship in a graphic designing course in UK. But due to destiny, got married, and then started up with mutual funds, banking, teaching job. So I realized that a person at this age also requires counseling related to career, because you're not clear. So you keep on exploring new areas of interest. So I felt that every individual needs career counseling, and if they start it up early, so they will be, able to make their life a bit easy, and they'll be satisfied in their job profile, and they'll not have to search for different jobs or career opportunities. Because I believe the skills and interests should match in the career. So from there, the thought came to me. And then again, when my son started growing up, I was really, confused how to make him realize which career option he should choose. So with that thought in mind, and learning was always my passion, and being with students was always, I used to enjoy the company of the children around. And I was very good in guiding and counseling people around. People used to hear my thought processes, they used to understand. So I felt that counseling, and along with career and counseling, will be a good package to start up with. And for that, I have really worked hard. It's a long journey, because from a job in a study abroad consultancy, and then in an IT company, knowing about different courses and curriculum, then different boards, and how the student should decide. So from there, I started learning slowly and steadily with work life balance. And then later on, it was like I then there came a point where I felt, I need some sort of certifications to start up with. So I have done a lot of international certifications. I have also done Indian certifications, and I have done profile building courses. I have done psychology courses to know human behavior, to know people better, and how a child should be encouraged. Every parent should be counseled along with the child, so that made me read and learn more. So with slowly and steadily, with the 12 years of experience, here I am now today. And my first, if I tell you about my first counseling session, that was like, I was very nervous during that, because I was like, whether the parent will believe me or not. So I did it free of cost, and it was a wonderful session. And slowly, with the encouragement of my family and friends around, and boosting me ki you have this in you, and you should start up with it, and you should do it professionally now, I was like damn sure ki now this is the right time. My kids have grown up, I have that knowledge that I can guide the student in a better way. And how to do the assessment of the child, I learned that those theories also. We use a scientific assessment to do the brain mapping of a child in a 360 holistic approach. So from that report, how to find the child's personalities, his emotional quotient, his social well-being, his aptitude, his skills, all these things can be taken care of. And according to that, I decide what career options are best suitable for the child. And then later on, with the help of the parents budget and the child's interest, what he feels he wants to do, it's a combined decision to decide on the country and the colleges later on. So this way we work out. So mistakes, I would say, I feel mistakes are a way to learn about yourself. So I don't consider anything a mistake, and I don't never regret that. I always feel that if you make a mistake, you are learning more. you know so mistake, if I say, for every individual, I would say trust your instincts and start up early. That was a mistake which I made, because I gave priority to my family, to my kids and everything. Still they are my priority, and still everything is manageable. So you feel as a mother or as a wife or as a daughter-in-law that mere bina ghar nahi chalega. That's the mindset of a typical Indian housewife. But I what I realized later on, when I started working, guilt shouldn't be there. The family starts supporting you, they become more independent, they start respecting you, and you are yourself very satisfied because you are financially independent, and you are using your energies in a positive way. So then it's like, if you are working and you are happy at home also. And when you are a happy mother, that is more important than spending quality time with your children or family. So that mistake, I feel ki you should start as early as possible. Don't wait for the opportunity to knock at your door. It will come only if you'll open the door. So that's what I felt. Second, if I say mistake, I don't think you should take yourself for granted. Never. That's what I felt. You need to sometimes give and share responsibilities with others. Like, being a person who is very responsible, I'm by nature, I'm like used to taking each and every responsibility, whether it's home, whether it's office, whether it's job, whether it's my own work, or whether even if it's an event which I have to organize. So I take everything on my head. So for that reason, sometimes you are taken for granted. So I feel you should never you need to sometimes trust the other people, let them do, and then try to convince or try to make the changes which you want. But later on, it's like party अच्छी हो जाएगी, काम भी अच्छा हो जाएगा, खाना भी अच्छा बन जाएगा. But then you will feel कि I've not got that much of praise for it. But in a way, I've realized it's my mistake कि I take the entire responsibility. Let's divide and let everybody do their role in the whatever task is being given. So that's one thing which I have learned during the course of life, which I would like to share. And thirdly, uh, never try to uh, think that you cannot do this. Oh, how will I manage this? You have to step in. There is always a first time for each and every situation. So believe in yourself, and everything turns out in a very positive way. So I've seen this in my case, that sometimes some opportunities I've missed out because of not being sure about whether I'll be able to do it or not. But slowly, now with time, with experience, I now take each and every opportunity, whether I fail in it or whether I pass in it. I do evaluate it later on, I do analyze it later on, and try to make it better. But I tell myself that you need to do this to understand where you stand. So don't go by what people say to you or what you think people will think. Do what you feel. That's what one thing I have now learned. And now I don't think too much about what the society will say, or what should be done or not to be done. How will I manage this thing with short I'm getting short of time or something. Everything is manageable if you have that courage to do it. That's what I've learned. For me, accomplishment is not that much materialistic, to be very honest. So when I come back from work with the guilt of, oh, मैं late हो गई, and मैं कैसे manage करूँगी अभी. But when I come back home and I see my son coming and hugging me, is an accomplishment for me. That tells me, yes, I'm doing right for my family and for myself. So that's a very big accomplishment. That's a very small gesture, but it's very important for me. Then when the parents come and tell me that, ma'am, because of you my son has started listening to what needs to be done, whether it's related to homework or studies or anything, behavior. So that's an accomplishment for me. When people come and tell me, नहीं, मेरे बच्चे का करियर काउंसलिंग आपने ही करना है, मुझे पता है ये भी है इस फील्ड में, ये भी है, बट आई ट्रस्ट यू ओनली. सो दे ब्लाइंडली ट्रस्ट you. That's an accomplishment for me. So these small things make me realize, I come out of that self doubt situation, and then I'm really happy, and I feel I'm on the right track. And I have to work harder and harder. I have to give that personal touch to each and every session. So that's an accomplishment. When I see happy faces after my counseling session, I feel people recommending me for their relatives and friends. That's an accomplishment for me. Being a career counselor, I would always tell anybody who's planning to opt for this career, it's not an easy job. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of time, a lot of inputs, and a lot of research. Because every year there are changes in the education policy, there are changes in the visa process, and there are a lot of new upcoming careers coming up. So you cannot go with that old school information, कि कॉमर्स साइंस एंड आर्ट्स ले लिया तो उसमें आप डिसाइड कर लो, आपके जितने मार्क्स आए हैं उस हिसाब से आप स्ट्रीम ले लो या करियर ले लो. पहले ऐसा होता था. But now it is like, I feel कि every child has an ability to do something in life, and अगर उनकी skills को हम properly use नहीं करते, उनके interest areas में उनको नहीं लेके जाते, तो they will not be able to explore it. So I will suggest each and every person who's planning to pursue career counseling as a profession, you need to study hard, you need to work hard. Along with that, there is not that कि learn certain skills and then you take the certification and अब मैं career counselor बन गई या बन गया. You need a lot of research after that, and along with that, it should come from inside. Counseling is a process which needs to be, you should be connected to the person in front of you. So for that, you should have empathy, you should be a good listener, you should understand the other person's point of view. Why are they saying so? What is their background, in the sense, what are their parents doing, and how his or her parents think about a certain situation. or the financial background of the family. So there are a lot of things involved to decide the career of a child. सो व्हाट आई फील कि आपको अपना 100% देने के बाद भी हो सकता है कि कभी सामने वाला आपकी बात नहीं समझे, बिकॉज दे वांट टू लिसन व्हाट दे वांट टू हियर. सो you should know how to convince that person that why career counseling is important. And with my experience I have seen there are a lot of people who are very rigid कि career counseling की क्या जरूरत है, अपने आप बच्चा डिसाइड कर लेगा, कॉलेज तो होने दो, उसके बाद देख लेगा. बट टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट इन it, there have been students who after doing their masters also are not happy with what they are doing. They want to change extremely their career options. Like they are doing BCA and now they want to do psychology. There will be a student like that with you. There will be a student who wants to do fashion designing, and another after 6 months that same student will come to you and will say, ma'am, I want to do hospitality management. So the age of a student is very needs to be taken care of, because they are at an age where they have a lot of career options. पहले की तरह नहीं था, अभी बहुत सारे options के कारण और बहुत सारे entrance exam के कारण they get confused, right? And तो आपको बहुत patience, वो आपको सर्टिफिकेशन से नहीं आएगा, आपको पढ़ने से नहीं आएगा, आपको इनर स्ट्रेंथ अपनी रखनी पड़ेगी, आपको पेशेंस एंड बीइंग इन टच विद द पेरेंट्स एंड द चाइल्ड every now and then, building a relationship with the child. And before career counseling, I always try to understand the personality and mindset of the child, and then I start the counseling related to career. So this is the way you will get more related to the child, his requirements, his improvement areas, his strengths. So it will help you guide him in a better way, because it's a very big responsibility. If in case you sometimes forget, or you are not aware of a certain subject or a certain career, so that may hinder the other person's entire life. So you need to be on toes about the uh, n- latest courses and curriculums around. So that is very important, what I feel. And being in touch with the parents is very important, that and making them satisfied and helping them till they reach their goal is what I do. So that one thing I would always tell the people who are planning for this profession, it's not a one time job. You need to be with them for a year, 2 years, and sometimes 3 years also. So you need to be ready with it, and you should always be having a happy face no matter what's going into your head. You need to be very happy and calm with the during the counseling session. Earning money is always a cherry on a cake if you are in a good profession. But if you are earning lakhs of rupees and you're coming home and you are stressed out, what's the point? That's what I tell my students. You need to be happy from inside, then you will find ways to earn. Because when you are giving your heart and soul to any particular career or profession, you will definitely earn. You will. Because आप कोई चीज पे पूरा शिद्दत से जब लग जाते हो, आप पूरा अपना हार्ड वर्क दे रहे हो, और वो आपका इंटरेस्ट एरियाज भी हैं, एंड आपकी उसमें एप्टीट्यूड भी मैच हो रहा है, जेनेटिकली विद द सराउंडिंग्स, आपका जो अपब्रिंगिंग है उसके हिसाब से, तो you will get 100% success in that field. And nowadays there are so many options that you can even go for two career option at the same time. You can be an MBA and you can also be an owner of an event management company. So there are flexible career options also. So it's not that you should be stuck to 2 3 programs ki, if I'm good in commerce I should go for CA, CFA, CS, or finance. No, along with that you can become an artist also. So liberal arts is a concept which is now coming up in India also, which will help the students to choose subjects according to their interest and abilities. So that is a very good concept, I feel. But as we all know, it will take time. It will take time, because our admission process for higher studies is a little difficult. So I always tell the students, you need to score good in your 12th 10th, 11th and 12th grade. Even 11th grade marks are very important. स्टूडेंट समटाइम्स फील्स 10th बोर्ड में पढ़ लूंगा और 12th बोर्ड में पढ़ लूंगा, बट 11th ग्रेड एग्जाम्स आर important if you're planning for abroad studies as well as if you're planning for good universities in India also. So they see your 11th grade, they see your overall graph, how have you been in your education. So that one thing I always tell the student. Secondly, I always tell them that this is not the end of life. If you are confused, it is okay. Take your time, research for the particular career, try to do a short week internship, whether it's virtual, whether it's sitting at your uncle's office, or if you want to pursue law, you are saying you want to pursue law because you find law is a very becoming a lawyer is something my father wanted me to, or yeah, I'm interested in that. But I tell them to practically go outside the court, see how people work. See, if you are very good in studying, you are good in reading, and your grasping power is very good, it is fine, you can pursue law. But if you don't have a good communication skills, you won't be able to convince the judge or the person in front of you, the other lawyer in front of you, and you will lose that case. And if you are a person who is very introvert, law is not a career option for you. And if you feel you cannot be around people from lower backgrounds, when you go inside a high court or a supreme court, there are each and every kind of people, they're fighting there, there are cases which will give you mental disturbance. So I tell them, you need to be very strong, because practically law is not only studying about the sections that is there, but along with that, as a personality, you need to be headstrong and prompt in giving the explanations. So these way I tell the students to decide for their career, and I don't tell them that if, these are the career options which I did the assessment and these are the career options you should go for. I still tell them that take your time, research about it, and then slowly and steadily I build up the path for them from standard 8, then to 10th, deciding upon their streams according to their career. Then in the 11th I start building up their profile, and in 12th we decide upon the college and the country. So this way it's a long process. So if parents thinks कि बाद में कर लेंगे, या students thinks कि मुझे तो पता है मैं इसमें अच्छा हूँ, it's not like that. Your mind keeps on changing, so later on in life you may regret your decisions, or you may not be sure about what you wanted to do. सो आई वुड सजेस्ट कि जब हम कहीं घूमने जाते हैं, तो दिवाली वेकेशन पे अगर हम एक ट्रिप बनाते हैं, तो हम 4-5 मंथ्स पहले स्टार्ट कर देते हैं विच इज़ द बेस्ट होटल, सस्ती ट्रेन टिकट्स कब मिलेंगी, what clothes I need to take, everything is planned. Then why can't we plan our own career? Why do parents think that career planning is not important? It can be done later on. No. That mindset needs to be changed. I feel rather than going on a vacation, you should always plan your career. It will give you better results. You'll be always in the right path. So on my website also have told that marks is not everything. Yes, but it is something, because it the one who is taking you for admission don't know you personally, so they'll judge you by the marks, your overall activities which you have done, the extracurricular activities, your IELTS score if in case you're planning for abroad studies. So it is not necessary that according to the marks only they will give you a seat in a particular A college. It's not like that. And apart from marks, you should have good communication skills, you should know how to take care of yourself, the life skills should be there, to fulfill your basic needs like of food, and taking care of the house, that needs to be taught to the son also and to your daughter also. So these are certain skills which I feel are more important in the practical world, rather than only having good marks above 80-90%. Nowadays if you see, students are scoring 98% and still they are not getting admissions, because they have only focused on their academics. They have not focused on their extracurricular activities, or any sports, or joining any community, doing any social work, or they don't know how to express themselves. It's a very simple thing. If you scored 95% and in the interview you're not able to answer uh, a particular question related not related to your subject, so that will show that you don't have an awareness about things around you. So it's like a balance of all the things. But as you said, as I also believe that marks are not important. In the interview, how you present yourself, your personality, your way of speaking, your mannerism, your communication skills, all these things should be taken care at the school level also. That is very important. So a lot of time I have seen parents coming to me for career counseling, but I tell them, first to make them join an English class or a personality development class, because even if your child is scoring good, he won't be able to express what he thinks. So that is very important, and I think that should be included in our school curriculum also. And seminars and workshops should be conducted in the school, because these are the practicalities of life. So if you go back, I don't know if you will agree to it, all the backbenchers are business men, and they have employed the students who were sitting in the front row and scoring good marks in their subjects. Now they are working under them as in employees, and the owner is a person who was street smart, who knew how to manage things, who had leadership qualities. So these are the things which do matter a lot. Marks is only a way to get into a good university. Your chances are more, but it doesn't mean that you will 100% get admission in a particular university, whether in India or abroad. There are a lot of other factors which needs to be taken care of. And yes, luck also plays a very important role, and timely doing properly writing the form. These are small things, where they check how good are you with the language, what all extra certificates you have taken. So this shows how much enthused the child is for that particular field. By grace of God, I've been blessed with a lot of people around me supporting me, and encouraging me and telling me ki I have those abilities in me, and pushing me when I felt a little demotivated. So my mentor, if I say, during my childhood and making me a person who am I, is definitely my mother. She was a very strong lady. She was a very open minded person, never been differentiating between a girl or a boy. You are a girl, you shouldn't be doing this. You are a girl, you shouldn't be going out at night. She always wanted me to learn from my own mistakes, and that way I grew up as a better person. And I had that trust factor and the security factor around me, that yes, I have my family's back on me. I know what I have to do and what I don't have to do. So that limitations were never told to me, but it was understood, that what I felt. So I believe each and every child should be given that emotional security along with that independence to decide. You should sometimes leave your child to take decisions. So that what I felt strongly. And she has made me the person who I am. And with her guidance, I have always believed that whatever situation comes, it too shall pass. You can face it in a positive way. As far as other aspects are concerned, like how to deal with relationships, or how to attend a business meet. So there is a lot of people for that. And most importantly is my sister. She's elder to me and a mother figure for me. And having a good entrepreneur skills. She has always guided me with how to deal with situations and how to manage work and life. And yes, she's been a very strong support system for me all through my life. I like to meet friends. That is my stress buster. Meeting people around, enjoying with them. I love to dance, and I have always been talking to strangers. it may sound weird, but even if I'm traveling in an auto rickshaw, I'll talk to the auto wala, how is his life, and वो कैसे अपना घर चलाते हैं. So to get more grounded, and understand कि wherever I am better than people below me. So that makes me feel more gratitude towards life. So I believe कि आप जहाँ पे भी हो, जैसे भी, you need to be happy in that state. So that gives me mental satisfaction. As far as for me, my meditation is my children. Enjoying uh, time with them. Just doing nothing at all and just enjoying with them is something which I really relish. And yes, friends are very important for me, family is very important for me. So whenever I feel I need a break, I go out on a date with my friends, or sometimes with my husband, two of us together. And also जब लगता है कि बहुत ही ज़्यादा टायरिंग हो गया है, एंड यू रियली नीड टू hold on, it's getting on your health also, then we plan a short trip for a day or two. That's the way to live life, I believe. You shouldn't be only working. But if I tell you, working is my like career counseling is my passion. So when I'm working, actually I'm relieving my stress, I feel. मैं थक जाती हूँ, लेकिन घर आके जो एक सेटिस्फैक्शन मिलती है, जब एक पेरेंट सेटिस्फाई होके जाता है, या एक बच्चा क्लैरिटी के साथ जाता है, कन्विंस होके जाता है ना, तो दैट गिव मी अ लॉट ऑफ इनर सेटिस्फैक्शन एंड मेंटल पीस. मंत्रा आई वुड से कि ऐसा नहीं है कि किसी की लाइफ में भी प्रॉब्लम्स ना हो. देयर इज always an up and down. My life has always been a roller coaster ride. Getting married at an early age where I didn't even knew how to cook. मस्ती मस्ती में, जैसे कहते हैं ना, शादी हो गई, तो आई यूज्ड टू ऑलवेज टेल माय फैमिली, आपने मेरा चाइल्ड मैरिज करा दिया. So from there, learning everything what a daughter-in-law or a wife should know, and then keeping aside your career, and then again starting your career and start studying at a particular age, after a gap. So it's been tough. Yes, I would not deny that, but I feel hard work and determination pays. When you put in your 100% towards anything in life, everything's comes together, the universe comes together and start making you believe, yes, you can do it. And if you see around, you will find signals, you will find things which tells you, yes, you can do it. So I always manifest things in a positive way. I tell myself in the mirror every day, you can do this, today is your day. So don't wait, don't procrastinate, do it. And then I feel that somewhere I've been blessed that situations and people turned out to be positive around me, and make me accomplish what I want from my future. And mantra, if you say, will be that you should believe that there is light after darkness. So never think that when you are in a bad situation, or you are in some problem, it will not end. Every day, after every night, there is a sun, there is a day. So I believe in that after darkness there is always light. So I would tell each and every individual that never underestimate yourself, you know and life is full of opportunities. So if you feel that you haven't achieved this, just search for another door, you will find it one day, for sure.
दोस्तों, आज हमने जाना एक इंटरनेशनली सर्टिफाइड करियर काउंसलर एंड कोच प्रेरणा भसीन की जीवन यात्रा के बारे में। ऐसी ही प्रेरक कहानियां रोजाना सुनने के लिए आप हमारा चैनल सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन जरूर दबाएं। अगर पसंद आई है आज की ये कहानी तो इसे लाइक, कमेंट और शेयर करना ना भूलें दोस्तों। अब आप भी बन जाइए भारत की प्रोफेशनल कम्युनिटी की आवाज और सुनाओ अपनी कहानी, बनाओ अपनी पहचान की इस मुहिम से जुड़कर अपने जीवन के अनुभवों, करियर यात्रा, अपने उत्पादों एवं सेवाओं के पीछे की वास्तविक कहानी से देशवासियों को प्रेरित करें और अपनी एक नई पहचान बनाएं। Tell your story, inspire, and build your brand with the power of video. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.